shout outs and stuff. I realize the notifications I get when you go live come from the crazy Twitter account. That's why I was like,
Oh,
wait,
really?
what? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Shout out to everyone coming in. Shout out to everyone coming in. I'm getting all the notifications. Hold on. Here we go. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Appreciate you, Mel. Always, always, always. Yes, what a win. What a win. What a win. Yeah, let's go, Duke. We'll wait for everyone to come in here. A great victory today.
What a game. What a game.
The
That was
AJ
fun.
Griffin and Paolo show, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, they're acknowledging that you shaved.
Yeah, mustache is gone, man. It'll come back next fall. Don't worry. It'll be back.
We appreciate everyone tapping in with us. Great, great start to this new stretch of AZ. I'm calling this the new part of the season. New lineup, new season. Anyway, we'll get into that.
Ooh, there's a new slogan.
Nobody outside of Kentucky cares about that rivalry.
Exactly.
Who cares about
wins 2015 or 2010, and everybody is saying 2015. So
just got back up here at Durham a couple days ago. So been in the gym a little bit. Me and Joey been in the gym working out together.
As Duke fans, as Duke coaches, you know, but I get excited over there, even in my suit. I'm grabbing Coach Dyer's leg, like.
Oh, we got another person just randomly after the shout out to Meg. Megan is here.
Hello,
A
friends.
legend on Duke Twitter. Had to get on.
How are
for
we
one.
feeling? Happy
Man,
birthday.
Thank you. I am feeling great. I am feeling great. My goodness, that was what a performance. I gotta shout out someone first. Actually, first we gotta do the reads. I'm sorry. Use your I'm blanking. I'm sorry. I'm so happy. Use the code Duke Nation on TickPick to get tickets off. A shout out to all the Duke fans that were at the game today. We heard you on the stream. And shout out to the Devil's Den. Hopefully the boards are more positive today. But yeah, kick it off, Ryan, because there's a lot to celebrate today.
Yeah, man. I mean, first and foremost, happy birthday to Zion. That you talked about it on our last show that you'd be taking the blame if we got the loss because your birthday isn't always very lucky for us. So I'm glad they could come through for you tonight.
Man.
I mean, the biggest thing tonight and the story of tonight is AJ Griffin in the starting lineup, and he comes out with his best game of the year with 22 points alongside Paulo's 24. And Coach K is out with an illness, and John Shire steps up for his second win, and he's now 2-0. So unless he has to coach again, will be undefeated going into his first full season as head coach. So very impressed there. I think the only other thing I wanted to mention was just the second half runs and the second half adjustments that were made. I think that was super impressive and fun to see. I hope we see more of that going forward. We kind of were clamoring for it in the last show where we said, give the ball to Paolo, let him go. And I think he ended up with, how many shots did he take? 23 shots tonight. Yeah. I mean, that's incredible. It's kind of what we were all hoping for. So that was fun to see. And it was fun to watch him and AJ do their thing tonight. Meg, what were your first thoughts of this game?
Like the first half was straight rust, the same stuff that we saw against Miami, even that we saw against Georgia Tech, but we got away with. Just awful shot selection at first, but like you said, the halftime adjustments, amazing to see that from John Shire. Very encouraging for him to be able to redirect that entire game, entire offensive plan and defensive plan, honestly. Just super happy for him. He looked comfortable. He looked excited. He looked everything that I wanted to see from not Coach K.
Yeah, absolutely. Zion, birthday guy. What do you think, man? I know you missed a little bit of the
Man,
first part, but
first, I see the Twitter chat is booming with. Maybe I missed the end of the game because I was getting the stream ready, and I thought this game was in hand. Did something happen to Trevor?
he went down. I was doing the same thing. He went down, and I saw somebody say he got hurt, and then he didn't play the last few minutes of the game. So I don't know if he's hurt, because I saw him still on the bench and no one was tending to him. So I was like, oh, it can't be serious. But like, I mean, I haven't seen anything on Twitter if anything's came out that he's hurt. But
is like this, like maybe he got, like Melissa said, maybe he got his booster shot or something because they were rubbing like this area to his arm.
Steve Wiseman on Twitter says Trevor Keels didn't look to be in any major discomfort on the bench at the end of the game. So, yeah, somebody said maybe cramps, but yeah, it doesn't look to be serious, hopefully.
Okay. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I see a lot of people in the comments saying expecting me to get information on that. No, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't get any type of information at all. But back to this game. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy. I am so happy. AJ Griffin is here, ladies and gentlemen. AJ Griffin is here. If AJ Griffin, I tweeted this before the show. If this is what we get from AJ Griffin, this changes the whole season. I think this obviously Duke was a good team before, but if this is what we're getting from AJ, this team takes the next level. And now I think we have AJ, we have Trevor, we have Wendell, we have Mark, we have Paolo, we got what is that 6? I can't count 5. Well, 5 guys that can probably get you 20 any night. Maybe pushing it with Mark, but AJ, that's the guy I've been saying since April. I said if this guy shows me what he showed me in high school, then this team is going to be ridiculous because there's too many weapons. We saw today. Shout out to John Shire. Impressive performance. I'm proud of you, man. But yeah, I think AJ is the biggest key takeaway for me. And I think it's a season changing moment. I'm sorry, Jeremy Roach. This may be the last time we see
maybe he found his spot on the bench, though. Maybe he came off and hit that 3 off the bench. Maybe that's his role.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, Zion, I'll give you the ability to pat yourself on the back and not give you too much crap for it since it is your birthday. But let's not act like AJ Griffin was this 3-star, 4-star recruit that no one had ever heard about before. This man was like number 1 in his class when he was a sophomore or freshman.
This is the thing. People thought that was the past. Like people,
I know. I'm not saying he came in as like the top 10 player, but let's not act like he was this diamond.
People were
in the rough.
saying this was Harry Giles part 2. You know how many times I
said I know, I agree, and that's I'm not saying it still could be the case, but like let's just get through this season fully healthy, and let's cross our fingers for that. But I do want to talk about the whole Jeremy Roach situation coming off the bench because we only scored 6 points off the bench tonight. We played, I don't know if you have the minutes in your Zion. The minute distribution wasn't terrible, but still only having 6 points off the bench. And for a while, it was only 1 point off the bench, which was a free throw by Joey. So I'm interested to see going forward, if this is the starting lineup, where they find that production off the bench. I mean, Baker takes a couple shots a game. Roach does too. But if Roach is going to come off the bench, the lineup with Roach and Baker and John all in at the same time definitely didn't work in the first half. That's exactly when Wake made their run. So how they adjust with having their 5 most talented and best scorers as their starting 5 and trying to find production. If we get into foul trouble, somebody gets hurt, they get tired. That's where I'm a little nervous getting into ACC play and especially into the tournament. But I mean, if Griffin and Banchero can keep putting up these numbers, and let's say Griffin has an off night or Banchero does too, we still have guys like Wendell and Keels that can step up. It's just going to be the bench play now going forward is going to be the key.
I got a question for y'all. Would you guys? Whoa, was Roach a -16 tonight? Oh wow.
Yikes.
I see that in the comments. My bad. Well, that leads into my question for both of you guys. Is Jeremy Roach? Is this the last time? Is this lineup set the rest of the season?
I'll let Meg take it.
Yeah, barring I think, knock on wood, injuries or something like that. I would think so. Like I said, to me tonight he played better when he came off the bench, and maybe not so much pressure as a starter. I don't know, but I think that 5 is great.
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
think.
I think the 5 is beautiful, like, at any time, it's just a matter of being able to do it for long periods of time, and I don't know analytics or, like, how you're supposed to play if you have your 5 best offensive threats on the floor at the same time starting, like, I don't know if it makes sense to have Roach just start just so we could have Griffin off the bench and we have more bench production. I mean, if they're playing the same if he's playing starter minutes, I guess it doesn't matter, so, but like I said, that the longevity of having only maybe a few points off the bench each night, I think that could potentially hurt Duke in the long run. I'm not saying Roach should be getting Griffin's minutes. I just don't know how you balance it out. You're going to have more from Baker and Roach, and I don't think you're going to get it from John regardless. So you're going to have to find offense somewhere on the bench, and if it's not Griffin, I don't know who it's going to be.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not out on Joey Baker yet.
I'm
Joey
not
Baker-
out on him. It's just he doesn't take. I don't feel like he
Not
always takes the
consistent.
shots. Yeah, he gets a little hesitant, and I just don't think you're going to get
I don't think
consistency.
I don't think we could jump off the Joey Baker bandwagon yet. Well,
No.
I don't know if there is a bandwagon, but you know what I mean.
Plus,
Just because I feel like we've seen him play enough, well enough this season. Even in some big games, he was contributing. I'm a little disappointed Theo did not get more post touches because I saw him a couple times in the second half where you can give. I feel bad for him just because I feel like he's not a player that should be getting what do you get tonight? He got is that 6 minutes? I can't even read.
Yeah, he got 6 minutes tonight.
Oh, yeah,
he
he
could have
played
gone
6 minutes.
anywhere and gotten like 20.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Theo
that's
John is
true.
not a 6-minute player like on any program. I don't care what you say, but it's the nature of having Mark. It's the nature of having Paolo. And the nature of Duke playing well when they're small. So, I feel like if we can give him a little bit more time, just because I feel like obviously he fouled a lot tonight, and he's a veteran player that he knows better. But I still got to give him more consistent minutes, just because I know by March we're probably going to need that. But as to answer my own question, yeah, I think I'll shout out Dom in the comments. I think this is the last time we'll see a lineup change. I just don't think you can't bench a player that dropped what he dropped 22 20 24. I can't even read tonight.
He
sorry.
dropped 22. Yeah.
22 points on 11 shots.
Have we seen a lineup of Roach, Griffin, Moore, Williams, and Banchero, like where it just basically replace Roach with Keels? Like, is that a lineup that we could try or put out there? I'm not saying starting lineup, but I think it'd be interesting to see how that
You said what's the
shakes
lineup?
out. Just basically sub Keels for Roach,
Oh, so it's more Roach,
Banchero,
Griffin.
Williams, Griffin. Like, is that a I'm not saying starting lineup. I'm not saying they're ever going to go to that, but just like on the floor at the same time, could you see that working?
I mean, I don't see it really having any of a different. Well, Trevor's a little bit different than Roach, but I don't know if he'll do better. But I think Trevor was struggling in that first half today, but I think John Shire did a good job in the second half getting him mismatch in the paint, which he's a big dude. Like if Trevor gets a smaller dude on him, he can take advantage of it. We don't need the threes really from him. If he's being aggressive in the lane, it'll open up the rest for him. But I don't know with that lineup. I guess Meg, you can answer that if you like that lineup.
I like it, but like you said, it depends on Roach and consistency and where he's taking his shots. Like you said, we don't need these immediate pull-up threes all the time. That bothers me. But especially him, like you said, he's a big dude. Go to the lane, bro.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, and we learned it tonight. When Paulo wants to take over a game, when Paulo wants to play bully ball, he can. And I'm not saying he didn't try to do that in recent games. Yeah, but like in recent games, it just didn't seem like we saw that aggressiveness, and it's almost like I'm not saying he saw tweets. He was on Twitter today, and he saw people putting him at 3 in the draft, and he was like, all right, screw this. Like, I'm going to go out and I'm going to get mine. And he did. And I think 24 was light for him tonight. I felt like he had a bigger game than Griffin, and Griffin was way more efficient if you look at the stats. So, Banchero got his touches and he did his thing, but I still feel like he can still do more. And that might be hard to believe, but like he got his tonight and he played bully ball, man.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of that, shout out to Russ. I think he said that last stream. He was like, if Paolo takes 22 shots, Paolo needs to take 22 shots. He
Yeah.
took 23 tonight. He took a lot though. I mean, there were times that he could have, but he was going tonight, so I wasn't mad at it. He energized the offense. I forgot I have to do one shout out. Shout out to my guy Jacob. I don't know if you're watching, Jacob Ferris. I just have to do this because today he sent me he Venmoed me money just out of appreciation. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much. That meant a lot to me. Doesn't matter amount. I don't care. Like it was just like that. The action itself. I'm appreciative of everybody that watches, and supports us. And it's just this is out of fun. This is what we like to do. But I had to quickly shout him out because that was dope. Nearly brought me.
Yeah, shout out Jacob, man. That's dope. That's
it's
dope.
always nice when people pay you to be born.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Like
I just you're doing something right.
hey, we just having fun here, and if people enjoy it, I appreciate that. But back to
we appreciate you doing patient with us.
I appreciate y'all.
We couldn't do it without you.
All right, you don't have to guess.
Yeah, let's back up a little bit.
I'm not Superman, I'm just
Your head barely fits in this screen. So.
But yeah, I think this game right here is a possible season changer.
I hope so, man. First ACC road game too, but Zion, since he's your boy, what's going on with Dell, man? It was a good game, decent game outside of offense.
No, you can't say.
But I'm saying productivity on the offensive end has not been there, and the aggressiveness from Wendell has not been there. I'm not counting him out. I just want to get your opinion on going forward. What to expect? He was playing
like that
because he was playing at an All-American level for the first 2 months of the year, and for the last 3 or 4 games, he hasn't been that. So I'm just asking you, what are your thoughts on going forward? Wendell needing to step up production-wise on offense.
Tonight was an All-American game. As crazy as it sounds, tonight was an All-American game from Wendell. Why? Because number one, the 0 turnovers after what he had 7 turnovers last.
That's like you saying he's the 4th most talented player on this team, man. Come on now.
But I'm really right about that.
7, 5, and 6 is not an All-American.
Is more talented than him, but I'm we're not going to get into that combo yet. Well, if you want to get to it, we can. But back to your point, Wendell, this was a good game from Wendell. Very good game from Wendell. He didn't have to shoot the ball because he had 2 other people going. He set up AJ, he set up Paolo, and he played defense. I mean, Williamson, whatever his name is, Londes Williams, he got off, he got his points, but Wendell made it work. Wendell made him go ahead.
I'm not saying he didn't play like dudes, you can't say he had an All-American night. 7, 6, and 5.
All-American night. It's not all about numbers.
I mean,
Meg,
I know.
Meg,
like,
what do you think? What do you think, Meg? You'll be the.
I feel like he was sneaky good tonight, if that makes sense. Like it wasn't all in the numbers that we're seeing. I agree. I don't feel like he is the Wendell we saw against Gonzaga by any means. But I feel like there's 6 assists, 3 steals, 39 minutes, no fouls, which is kind of weird. Maybe that's a little bit on the aggression. But I think he's good. He'll be fine.
I think he'll be fine too. I'm just, and he played a good game. I said he played a good game.
No,
productivity-wise in the offensive end.
The question was, what's good with your Roy Wendell?
I don't remember exactly how I phrased it, but it's more so just like, what does he need to do to get back to where he was, like Meg said, against Gonzaga?
I think it changes when you look at the landscape of this team. When you have AJ Griffin scoring like this efficiently, you don't need Wendell to score. So like there are gonna be nights where Wendell has 6 points, 5 points, if other people are going. So like I think, especially because Wendell tonight gave up 23. Paolo had 23 shots tonight. How many shots do we have to give to Wendell if Paolo's taking 23, AJ's taking 11, and you still got to get the ball to Mark, you still got to get the ball to Trevor? It's like there are gonna be times he has to, take the foot off the gas and play the role of a point guard because he is the point guard. Like, and it just proved it tonight because Jeremy wasn't in the lineup. So Wendell really assumed the point guard role today, and I think sometimes you don't have to score to win the game.
No, that's completely fine. I'm just hoping that when it comes down to, let's say, Griffin's off, and obviously we've seen Keel's off before, where he's got to step up and put up 20 again. I just hope it's still there. I'm not saying I'm not worried completely about him. I still think your All-American comment was ridiculous, but I'll give you he had a good game,
Listen,
just All-American
let
status.
me see what the chat is saying on Twitter.
Like I said, good game. All-American status is 20, 10, and 10.
Shout out to
That's
my
not
boy K Millie. I think that's Kyle. He said Wendell played his role tonight.
exactly.
He
That's
didn't
not
try to
All-American.
take
It
the
wasn't
most.
All-American.
Why?
There's a difference.
Why?
There's a difference
Oh,
between playing your role and playing well than playing an All-American
I
game.
don't get why is he getting criticized for playing the perfect role tonight? I don't get that.
It was more of a question about going forward, and like Meg said, getting back to Gonzaga's status, that type of game. It wasn't. I think he's done for the year and he's terrible. It was a talking point on Wendell not dropping 18, 19, 20 like he had been for the first 2 months of the season. I love Wendell. I'm so happy for him.
I know, but I think if he takes the primarily role as a lockdown defender, he dishes, he doesn't turn over the ball, and we win. I have no problem with how he's playing. I don't need All-American Wendell. You know?
I agree. Connor, I finally get somebody who agrees and is on my side on this damn show, and thank you for putting it up there because it doesn't happen very often. So, but yeah, and like Derek just said, role players aren't considered All-Americans, and that he played his role tonight. You're right. Like I said, he played well tonight. All-American was a bit much. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, man. You just want to find some way to
I gotta find some way. I don't get it very often. All right.
Nah,
I gotta poke.
Man.
I gotta poke where I can. All right.
Nah, man. We're not allowing that. Not on my birthday. No.
You got to pat your back. Now I get to poke a little bit.
What are your? This is a good question. Well, I think I kind of already. I already said my statement on.
Yeah,
Theo.
Meg. What are your thoughts on Theo so far?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, if his shot selection is great, and he's using his body in the right way and using his time and being patient instead of just chunking stuff up that we don't need, then yeah, he's doing great. But like I said, I do agree though. He would be playing a lot more somewhere else, but.
Yeah, I didn't.
I mean, that's the Duke syndrome, like you're.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to be that guy.
I didn't expect much from him coming in. I think the reason he did only play 6 minutes tonight was that 4 fouls. I could be wrong. I don't remember when he picked up the 4th, but I think it was pretty early in the second half or midway through the second half, sometime around there. So I don't think tonight's minutes are a complete sign of where things are going with him. But I didn't expect much from Theo coming in outside of give us 6 to 8 points a game and a few rebounds in place of Banchero and Williams. And it really hasn't been there. It's been 4 points, 4 rebounds for the most part. Yeah. It's not like he's not efficient. He doesn't miss a lot of shots. I don't feel like I don't have his numbers in front of me, but he can't be shooting that poorly from the field when he does get it. He has a good turnaround hook shot. He is a big body. He's a veteran. But I thought the productivity would be a little bit higher. But when you're coming in off the bench and you're playing with different lineups every single time, it's going to be hard to get consistent production when everything is changing every time you're in the game. So I'm not really super disappointed, but it would be nice to have a little bit more production off the bench from a big guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think Theo, we'll find our spots for him. UNC, we're going to need him for sure. We played him twice, so. I think we'll find our specific games for him, but unfortunately, I think consistent minutes are out of conversation now just because, AJ has come on and we love to play small ball. So, I mean, we'll see. But John Shire apparently, shout out to Lisa on the Twitter comments. Wendell's numbers may not wow you, but he was a great leader for us tonight. He was an All-American leader for us tonight. Shout out Wendell. Shout out John Shire. Ryan's hating for some reason.
Oh, man. I am not hating. I love Dell. Come on now.
I'm just saying, man. But yeah, I think, Ryan, you said you wanted to talk about John Shire. Speaking of John Shire.
Yeah, man. He said tonight on the lineup change, first of all, that AJ Griffin has just been coming on. He's been playing well. Really, it's been AJ's emergence. is what John said in the post game so far. Yeah, I'm just curious what everybody's thoughts are, especially people in the comments, what people thought about the second half adjustments. And I think another small thing that I noticed with John tonight is that when guys were coming back after timeouts and stuff to the huddle, and I'm not expecting Coach K to do this at 70 some years old. It's not his style, but he was hyping up guys. Like when Trevor came back to the huddle after getting that steal and draining that three, he was all up in Trevor's face, basically like pumped up for him, like getting him ready and getting back in the game. And I think that's just a little bit of a difference that you're going to see going forward, is that kind of younger mentality and hyping up these guys. Because you know damn well that these guys will feed off that energy, especially going forward in the years to come. So I thought that was cool, but I want to hear people's comments about the adjustments and what they thought about Shire tonight, because it's just a small glimpse of what we're going to see going forward. So, Meg, what were your thoughts as well?
Same, like I said at the beginning, like I'm so proud of him. Like he was very engaged and very energetic, and I think it might have been one of the last timeouts or TV timeouts. You know, Duke was up 14-16, and he's still. I can't remember who it was, but he had somebody. I think I even posted it on Twitter. I was like, "This is our future." Just still coaching, still, you know, arm around him, like telling him, you know, you could have done this. Why did you do? It's so refreshing. The halftime adjustments themselves, that to me at halftime, I was like, "This is going to be it. This is going to be what's going to be the future to me." Not to be dramatic and be like, "Oh, you know, our future rides on what happens at halftime here." But it's a great indication. You know, that's what Duke basketball is about: adjusting and changing, and you know, being able to do it smooth and successfully. And that's
I agree. I think shout out to my guy Grant, update Duke. The out of bounds plays on the baseline, those were beautiful.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a little bit Coach K too. That's a Coach K influence because Coach K is very good at that. But you know, those were perfect tonight. I see someone's credited John Shire with the lineup change. I'll be honest, that wasn't John Shire.
Yeah, you know, somebody texted that.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was probably a thing for the last couple of days, and I mean, even it was probably a staff decision. I mean, obviously it comes down to Coach K, but I would assume it was they talked about it, they decided. So I mean, you can't pin that all on Shire. Somebody on Twitter said he seems. A. Gustafson 21 says seems to have an extreme understanding of the players' emotions and knowing what they need in a game. Yeah, I couldn't agree more with that. And like I said, I think seeing the halftime adjustments and him going back to the Miami game, seeing what we didn't do, what we didn't adjust, where we didn't make changes, and we never went on any big runs or anything. And then tonight where it was like run after run after run, adjustments going into the second half, it just felt a little different. And like you guys alluded to, all the inbounds plays, and somebody on Twitter said it seemed like we ran more plays from bringing the ball up as well. Just the flow of the game seemed better. And this Wake Forest team is a better team than Miami. It's a quad one game. Like this was a big road win. And the fact that we basically dominated from the end of the first half all the way through the rest of the game goes to show you that this team is capable of could sweep the rest of the ACC play. They probably won't, but they're capable of running the table here if they play like they did tonight.
Hey, shout out to Miami. Duke hangover. Ha ha. Happens to the best of them.
Hey, they were close of not. They were so close of not having that hangover.
Really good game. There were a lot of good games last night.
Yeah, for sure.
It was entertaining.
Miami was about they've done that all season though. Like they've put out games late, but hey, you know, the Duke hangover is real.
They're going to be decent though.
It really is. It really
they're
is.
Old. They're old and they're fast. Miami won't. Yeah, they're going to be good.
Yeah. Any final thoughts, Zion or Megan, that you guys want to hit on?
Who do we got up next?
We have at home against NC State on the 15th, which I believe is Saturday. So 1:00 start time for me. I think that's 2:00 for probably everybody else. So
that game is on ABC. Duke is playing on ABC.
That's weird, man. NC State, Duke on ABC, and just remember, speaking of NC State, that win a couple years ago with Dennis Smith Jr.
Bro, that was like 5 years ago.
few years ago, 5 years ago, whatever. It didn't happen. Never happened. They never beat us.
Oh, that's true.
That dunk never happened. Erased. So they can't. If any NC State fan tries to bring that picture up to you or that video, never happened.
Never happened.
There are no NC State fans. We're good.
It's so true.
Damn, but yeah, that's crazy. I've never seen Duke get. Well, I think they put in more college basketball on ABC, but
It almost feels like a Raycom game. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Remember those?
Oh my god.
Why did
Throwback.
they choose NC State at Duke for an ABC game? I don't know, but hey,
I
I'm
was gonna
watching.
say, what's on ESPN that day?
What is that?
Oh,
That's Saturday,
they got
right?
football. They got NFL playoffs on Saturday, don't they?
Football.
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
probably
wow.
why.
Oh,
I'll
well.
take it.
Yeah, I'll take it. I don't care.
As long as it's not the ACC network and these freaking infomercials, y'all, I
Oh
can't
my
anymore.
goodness. Oh my goodness. Like, have
ACC.
some respect for Duke and Coach K's last one. Why are we on the ACC network every game?
There was like a zoom in of some underwear earlier. It's just
Yeah, it's
We're not
tough
gonna
to watch, man. It is. But yeah, we got NC State this Saturday and then at Florida State next week, which is always a fun one. So that'll be good.
Oh man. Hey, yeah. Shout out to everyone who brought it up in the chat. Duke didn't lose on my birthday.
Yay, the streak is over.
Streak is over. Although we did win it that one time. The only time I remember is Cam Reddish's shot. We were about to lose though, so magical ending. But hey, they got to win. Hopefully, this is the last time we have to deal with a Duke loss during the week. I personally think we should run the table. I know it's not likely. I think we should do it though. I think Wake Forest. Yeah, I mean Wake Forest to me is the best team after UNC in my opinion.
Yeah.
ACC.
Hey, shout out. Yeah. Right. Shout out to some UNC fans who after Armando Baycott's last game were saying he was better than Paolo. Can't wait to see how that plays out the rest of the year.
Better at what?
Exactly. He had like 20 some points and 20 rebounds, and they were talking mad smack on Twitter and Instagram.
He's putting up numbers, but we'll see what those numbers look like against Duke.
Exactly.
And it wasn't Joel Berry, was it? Because he said,
"Oh my goodness, Joel Berry, get Joel Berry and KJ Smith off TV, please.
Please, for the love of God."
Joel Berry, me and Joel Berry the same age, bro. Come on, let him go. let him practice somewhere. Like go to a local TV station, bro. Don't put him on ESPN. Come on, man. But anyway, besides the point. Appreciate y'all for joining. Appreciate Meg for
thanks for having me anytime.
For sure. We got to get more Duke people on. So people DM me.
Yeah, let us know if you want to be on here. Shoot us a message.
There's a lot of requests. I try to get to the best of them. I'm sorry, but just hit me up. Keep on hitting me if you want to come on the show. We'll try to rotate people in as the season goes on. I don't even know when's our next episode. Probably Tuesday, right? I guess.
Probably after the Florida State game, yeah. Saturday afternoons are tough.
Yikes. Tuesday, 9 p.m. game. Oh, man.
It's only 8 o'clock here, man. It works perfect.
Yeah. I'm an East Coast guy, man. Those are terrible.
Brutal, but, I'm mad until like 2 a.m.
Right.
Or happy. Or happy.
Yeah.
Or happy.
True. Or happy. Or happy.
I'm up until 2 a.m. Either way.
Well, Zion, man, happy birthday, man. I'm glad we get a win for you. Shout out to Tick Pick and the Devil's Den and your boy Jacob for the little birthday present. We appreciate was it Jacob? Is that what you said his name was?
Yeah, Jacob Ferris.
Sweet, man. What a guy.
Shout out to him, man.
Awesome. We'll catch everybody at after the Florida State game then.
Peace.